That's why I think that movie has more one-liners than all his action movies put together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was a classic.
All of them. I like
Uh,
that movie.
Are these all your lunches? Why are you eating them?
How are you eating them?
Fire drill.
Exactly.
Was that one of like the first kind of like comedies he did that showed that he could actually do that kind of?
I
Did
think
that
he
come
did.
out or Twins come out first?
Twins came out first, and then Twins was like 88, 89, I think, and Kindergarten Cop was like 91.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Twins is the first one, the comedy.
So I'm going to tell you guys a little interesting side note about Kindergarten Cop is my company, the kid, when he grew up, he worked for my company out west in California for a little while as a sales associate.
Wow.
Just saying.
Acting's tough, isn't it?
He went far.
Apparently. I'm just saying.
Poor kid.
I'm just saying.
Didn't take opportunities. 15 minutes of fame, I guess.
Yeah, when you're like 5 years old, I don't know, might be limited to what you're able to diversify into.
It was the main kid that worked.
Yeah, yep, the main kid. What was it Jamie?
Jamie.
Or Jamie was the kid's name from Jingle All the Way, right?
No, I think it was Jamie. I think you're right.
The kid from Jingle All the Way was Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, but what was his like?
Josh Lloyd, or no, his name?
Josh.
Good old Sinbad.
Sinbad.
Dude. You ever seen Sinbad stand-ups? It's fun.
Where is Sinbad now?
He's not dead. That's his first joke every time.
Damn it, John. That was my question.
That was your question? Where is Sinbad now?
Yeah.
In the penitentiary.
Jake Lloyd, yeah. Thanks, Court. Jake Lloyd.
Oh, man. All right. Well, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 48 of Breaking the Mold.
48.
Almost a year.
Yeah,
Getting there,
coming
boys.
up on some kind of anniversary. Some kind.
It's coming up soon. We come to you live here every single week, every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Harrick and BX. Let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. First up, Brian Brink.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
What's going on? I have delved into something new. Instead of going down rabbit holes and stuff, I guess this is a rabbit hole, but I've been watching
strippers.
No, I forgot his name. Bob Ross. I've been watching Bob Ross a lot. For some reason, it popped up on my YouTube, so I watch Bob Ross before I go to bed every night.
It's the season.
Fluffy clouds over here. Nice fluffy clouds.
It's all gonna be like snow paintings.
Yeah.
Happy accidents.
And speaking of happy, I've been making happy bushes. Look at that.
Holy damn!
Look at you, buddy.
Check me out.
Is that the singing bush?
The singing bush? What's the
watch
singing bush?
You ever watch Three Amigos?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And that's me.
Just
So
don't
that's
shoot.
all.
Just don't shoot the singing bush.
No.
You can pee on it.
Plethora.
That's nice. You're getting into the Dio game, giving Chris some competition.
No, it's all he got me started, and this is just for me. I'm not making bushes to sell.
He's outsourcing his bushes to Brian. Brian, I need 10 bushes.
Yo, and that Bob Ross is mesmerizing, man. Like sometimes, like I've seen, like his show, and it's like I don't see how he's gonna get what he's telling you he's gonna paint out of like what he's doing, but then when you see it all come together, it's just like wow.
It's layers.
It's funny that you say that because I'm watching it, right? And he's like, first we're starting off with the white background and we're leaving it wet because we want the paint to blend, and then like he's like making sky, and then he just picks up a putty knife.
Yep.
And puts paint on it, and he's like, and we're gonna make mountains right now, and he like puts it on there and he scrapes them down, and it's like, I'm like, holy fucking shit, where'd those come from? I was like rewinding it. I mean, look at that again. It's just like all of a sudden mountains just explode after him making 3 strokes on the canvas. That was just fucking blows my mind.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Nice. I can make mountains. 3 strokes.
I can make mountains move.
All right, Big Dom, what's going on, bro?
Not much. Not much. I hate Walmart. They can go fuck themselves.
Why? What happened?
Because they didn't
Sound like
deliver.
yeah,
They didn't
bad.
deliver my PlayStation 4
Oh.
Spider-Man bundle. I'm on delay. So
Oh, damn.
and delay means hopefully I get it.
That sucks. If you don't,
Yeah.
they'll just, of course, refund you your money, right? But
Yeah, but they won't give me policy is, I guess, unwritten policy is that if the item ships from the warehouse and if it is lost in transit anywho, they will cancel the order, refund you your money, but they will not price match the sales price on any in stock item.
damn.
Well,
So
Yeah, makes sense.
that's where I stay. That does not make sense, Brian. What the
Yeah,
fuck
why
is-
would they match a sale price? I don't know. They would match regular price, right? I can't remember how it works. Did I freeze?
I don't think so.
Oh, all right. Maybe
Very
Dom
good.
froze.
Did he? Dom Pro. All right, we'll come back. All right, G Money, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. Just another work week. Brian sparked some memories, man. I remember we actually didn't have cable when I was a kid growing up, so there wasn't a lot of stations to pick from. But the joy of painting was like a Sunday morning tradition for me because I'd go collect my paper out for the Cleveland Plain Dealer, Sunday mornings, and then come back and count out all the change and roll out all the change and stuff, and end up watching that same thing. And it was just funny. It was amazing. He'd have this beautiful scene and then use that putty knife and put it like a cabin
Yep.
or like an outhouse or something like right in the middle. Be like, here you go. I was like, it's interesting. But I'm good. I'm not waiting on anything. Nothing was delayed coming here. So I don't know. Got nothing to be stressed about.
Good for you. How are you guys handling like the bulk of like your holiday shopping? Like, is it done, or you just rely like you're just ordering things online and waiting for that to arrive? How's that working out? Are you guys done? Did you start?
I'm good. Like I mean, we don't have a lot in our families between my wife and I. There's no like kids anymore. So it's pretty simple. Although I did kind of, you guys know like advent calendars, right? That you kind of open, and some of them have candy inside, and some of them just have little pictures.
Mm-hmm.
My mother had given us kind of like as a family gift. It's like one of those advent calendars that's just a bunch of little like open doors and compartments where you have to buy gifts or you have to buy stuff and put in each of the little things.
Mm-hmm.
So my wife and I decided that we're going to have fun this year, and we'll take the even and the odds. And so I'll do her for all the odd numbers of the month, and she'll do all the evens, and buy a bunch of stuff to buy little things to put in there to open up. So it's been kind of fun a few days in, but it was a lot of work trying to find like 12 little items that will fit in this stuff, and like that's still not just buying garbage, like to be
Dude.
useful.
You want little fucking inexpensive trinkets and shit? Go to Kohl's.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in there. I have to go to a Christmas party. Well, I don't have to go. I want to go this weekend, and there's a Christmas gift swap, so I found something there. And then, like, how you go to Kohl's and you buy something, and then as soon as you buy something, they're like, "Here's $10 off."
Right, yeah, here's
for
your
5
money.
days later. So I
Mhm.
see a couple things. I'm like, I'm hiding these in the store. I'm gonna come back 10 days later and get them or whatever.
Where did you hide them?
I don't know. I just
You can't tell me.
hiding trinkets in the jeans and shit like
Right.
that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Nice. Well, that's a cool thing, Gary. That's actually like a cool little idea to do. That's like a couple. Never really
Yeah,
thought about those
I gotta lower my voice. So similar to what you're saying, Brian. Like I've been in the mall with her before, and they have that makeup store. That Sephora
Mhm.
that a lot of women like, and they have like all these little sample type things that fit like all these little compartments. But I wasn't really paying attention to the price until I went and paid. That shit's expensive. Like even for like the little ones, like I had no idea. I really wasn't paying attention. I was like more focused on what it was and trying to read the packaging, so I knew what I was buying. So I kind of stuck me a little bit. We'll see how it goes.
Gary, I gotta ask. Did you go in there by yourself?
I did, absolutely. Yeah.
And And did you have any of the help like swooning over you? Like, oh, why are you here? Are you
No,
are you here from
I was.
one or?
I always make it real clear, when you need help, I'm like, I'm just shopping for my wife, and then they leave me alone.
Oh,
Like,
sorry,
Yeah,
ladies, he's taken.
Instead of
I can get in.
washboard in your shirt, Sorry.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Well, hopefully, that all works out.
Yeah,
JD, what's up, man?
The sky.
The sky.
With happy ladies.
Happy little clouds. Happy little aeroplanes. Happy little birds. No. What's going on? All of my beautiful meat bags.
Okay, man.
How are you? How are you doing?
Yeah, we're here. We're making it. We're here. We wake up every day, so thumbs up to that.
Yeah, wake up every day in a floating rock, fucking hurtling through space.
Stinking
yeah.
mud ball.
Energon Addict's not going to be with us tonight. He's a little bit under the weather, so feel better, Dave.
Thinking about you, brother.
Yes, it's quiet.
Please send them all your well wishes. Yeah, so G Money, give us a little update because we're a few weeks away. I'm anxious to get this thing started. I think Brian already started. You know what I'm saying?
Momentum.
Just give us a quick reminder of what's going on with the RLC.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the RLC Wellness Challenge, and like I appreciate some of the other shows have kind of mentioned it, on the Cool Table Network. So we'll just kind of keep cross talking about it. But we'll start January 1st. I'm just waiting for Chris to get back to me for the official Gmail address that we'll do it. It'll be a $50 PayPal friends and family buy-in. Basically, first prize will go to the person that loses the greatest percentage of body fat. I'll do all the math. I'll post the rules and I'll post all the, just kind of what the formula looks like in the group later on this week. We'll go for that, and then we'll do a second prize, which will basically be some RLC merch and the refund of your $50 entry fee for whoever loses the most weight overall. So we'll just do like a 1 and a 2. I'm guessing probably a 90-day. We'll run from January 1st till April 1st, and we'll do check-ins bi-weekly. So we'll do check-ins every 2 weeks, and I'll put those rules, what that looks like there. And then aside from that, it's just focus on good decisions and supporting each other. And I'm hoping, like I said last year, I think we had 23 people sign up in the beginning. Mm-hmm. If we can get 20, at $50 a pop, that's a big windfall. On top of being healthy. And so,
hey Gary, Gort in the chat wants to know how the wellness challenge would apply to someone like him. So maybe could you explain to him percentages?
Yes.
So if he weighs 100 pounds and loses 10 pounds, that's 10% kind of thing.
Yeah, you basically I'll post. There's a official formula to make it fair for everyone, because he's got a good point. Not everybody is going to lose the same amount of volume based on their starting point. But the formula is
there's a handicap.
No, I'm just saying it's like
dude. Imagine if he wins by losing 5 pounds. Like how the formula.
But yeah, no, it's there's just a calculation that you do where you kind of do your starting weight and the actual weight loss, and then do 100 as a denominator. Like I said, I'll post it in the group so you can see what it looks like. It's the same formula we used for last year. It makes it a pretty fair competition grounds for everybody who's interested.
Gort said he actually wants to put on weight. Is there like a reverse percentage that we could do for him?
Who wants to put on weight?
Gort.
Oh. We'll talk privately.
Gort, mozzarella sticks and milkshakes. Fucking amazing.
And meatball subs.
But yeah, so a big part of the I keep saying it over and over again, so I feel like such a broken record. But the spirit is like, look, be competitive for sure. It could be a great prize for someone to win that could introduce you to a whole new hobby or do real life stuff. But it was really good, the participation and the support everybody had last year, and the tips, and just trying to have fun with it in that group. And I've tried to reach out, just as we've met more people at the different shows at ToyCon, and JCC and TFCon and getting some of the other show teams and stuff to kind of promote it also. So I'll keep working on that, and I'll probably PM individually this week everybody who participated last year just to kind of gauge their interest, and we'll get it started.
How much do you win if you can do one pull-up?
How pat on the back.
How much do you get if you can just hold the pull-up for 30 seconds?
You mean without letting go of the bar?
Yes.
You can hang from the bar.
Yeah. Well, I can't.
Dom, if you can do at the end of this challenge, if you can do a true one-handed pull-up, I will buy you. I'll buy. Man, they didn't even try.
That. I can't do that.
Wait, what are you gonna buy him? A car? What are you buying him?
No, I was gonna say I'll buy him
the next Mythic.
I was gonna say I'll buy him a Mythic Legions character from his pre-order.
Troll.
I want a troll. I want a big one.
There you go, Brian. Right?
Troll. He doesn't even care. He just picked the one that's the most expensive. That's fine.
Can I use Dave as a step stool?
Nope. Gotta do it all on your own.
Hey, Chat Wingham wants everyone to know that muscle is haver than fat, just in case you didn't know.
Haver.
Yep.
I'll look that one up.
He is right. Look, that is and one of the tips I gave last year was when people were doing they're not their check-ins, but just kind of weighing their progress. You gotta be careful with that, because the scale will screw with your head, and based on what you ate or drank or even how you slept the night before. It's pretty crazy how your body can react within 24 to 48 hours. But if people did start exercising, he's right. Muscle is denser. It is going to weigh more. But the win is just look at how you feel. Look at how your clothes fit. When your clothes get tighter in the right spot, right, in the shoulders and in your arms and in your back. And, I know Brian loves the gym selfies. So,
yeah.
But when you see that, you can see the difference. And yeah.
It makes sense. When you make yourself a nice pot of gravy to drink, if you let it sit, you'll see the fat rise to the top. So it makes perfect sense. I don't totally understand.
Oh man. Well, listen, a pound is a pound. You know what I'm saying? But even if you build muscle, you're gonna wind up being a lot leaner as long as you're burning body fat. So give it a go, guys. A $50 buy-in. Gary said, 20 people hop in.
Yeah,
that's a cool grand right there to spend on anything you want. So let's get it going. It was a good motivator for me. I'm still basically maintaining the weight loss from the last challenge, but I did gain some pounds still. So
listen, if we can do that, that is, what's that prize? Let's break it down. That's 3 MP44s ordered from Amazon Japan, right?
Yeah. Boom.
Wait, what's this about MP44 and Amazon?
No, I'm just saying if you figure if we can get 20 people to participate, which puts the prize.
It's
right?
out overseas already? You can pre-order?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see.
I wouldn't have known.
For that prize, that's that's 3 Hot Toys characters. You can start the Doll Life, right? That's some pretty awesome shelving for your display, or you can make a couple car payments, or probably pay a mortgage or your rent. I don't know, man. That's all good stuff.
Yep. Word. So that'll be starting the new year, right?
Yep. I followed everyone's recommendation, and we waited for the official January 1st.
Not everyone's
to start. Well, that was what everybody said. Everyone on the way. I can't start before Thanksgiving. Oh my God, we can't start before Christmas because of all the stuff I'm gonna have to eat.
It's hard, right? It is hard.
So here's what we'll just
no sacrifice, no victory.
Right,
exactly.
We'll do what everybody does every year, but that's okay.
Okay, Sam Witwicky.
That's right. No sacrifice, no dating Megan Fox. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll start like everybody else, yo. Be warned. Pack gyms, January 1st.
Yeah, be patient. Patient.
Gym selfies coming to a neighborhood near you.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
I got it.
To a Facebook page near you.
Yes, exactly. You need more selfies.
All right, cool. Well, we'll keep talking about that as the weeks go on, as we get closer to the competition, just to keep reminding everybody out there just to join in, and we'll get that email address where you can send your payments to.
Absolutely.
All right. So you guys, Brian, you brought this up on Into the Realm last night. It was kind of like how you guys closed out the show.
Thanks for watching, Jose.
Yeah, just wanna touch on it here. That upgrade kit for the Fans Toys RC.
Augmentation kit.
Oh God.
I just wanted to kind of just get your guys just random thoughts on that. Like I know third party started with these upgrade kits. They're still coming out, but this is a little something that's out there. We've never seen nothing. We've never seen nothing like this before, right? In regards to Transformers, is this a first?
Intangible form, I think.
I think I missed it. I didn't see it.
Is it available for sale?
You didn't see what it was, JD? You're in the dark about all this?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm in the crevice.
I tell you,
I think I am.
It's a fickle fandom when one day's titties and then the next day a masterpiece goes on sale for $135 less than U.S. retail, and then you don't see boobs in the scrolls anymore. I mean, it's just it's interesting. Interesting group of people we run with.
Yeah. Huh. Well, Brian, you're called the mayor of Titty City. Like, what do you think about that?
I think it's really ridiculous. So I'm not going to shy away from a pretty looking figure, right? Harley over there, Angela, Gwendolyn Heavensbrand, wherever she is.
Sorry.
That's a great name.
I mean, and even looking at the sculpt on Fans Toys RC, remember they had the two different chess pieces you could interchange. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I kind of like that. It's tasteful. It's cool. But this is just ridiculous. And I tell you what's really ridiculous about it. They give you a chess piece that looks just like the chess piece that it comes with it, right? But it's soft. Like, what function does that serve for you to put that on your figure if you're just not going to pick it up and use it as a stress toy all day long? I don't understand. It's fucking sick. It's really gross, man.
When you mentioned that last night, you made me laugh because it was just like you're like, it's got a piece, a chess piece that you could just push on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the purpose that it serves. Like, otherwise, why put that on there and not just keep the existing one? That's
yeah. See, this is like something that you see a lot, like in anime, like hentai and stuff like that. Do you think like this upgrade kit was specifically like meant for like that market and not so much for the U.S. market over here? Like, obviously, we're going to see the promo pics; it'll be made available. But do you think like this side of the planet is like the target audience of that? Like, I think that's more of like a Eastern market thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, but dude, why does that market exist?
Yeah,
I mean, there's so I don't know if anybody does the Storm collectible stuff, but like the Chun-Li she's made that way. She's squishy.
She's squishy?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah,
she's squishy.
The thing you don't learn from looking at pictures. How interesting.
Yeah. So like when you like put her arms forward, everything squeezes together.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. I mean, I touched Pinkerton's Wonder Woman's leg, Hot Toys leg. I mean, but that's as far as I'm going, I think. But that's it, dude.
That's third.
See, but JD, that's function, right? Like that's part of the
posing. It's
part
not. There's not like she doesn't come with 10 different chests.
I guess I'm turning into a hypocrite because I guess this enhancement kit would be part of the posing as well. Whatever. It's just fun.
No, I mean, I don't know. I've said for a long time, there's enough stuff in this hobby in terms of collecting that everybody should be able to find what they like and be happy with, and it doesn't have to be a debate every time. Mm-hmm. But that's just culturally or not, Jose. It's. Look, I can also always appreciate the chance for someone to make money, and it's sad that there's a market for that stuff, but that's what do you do that, right? Like where do you display that for yourself with and look at it and feel like prideful, right? We talk a lot on our show about pride in your displays, and are you really proud of that to put that out there, or is it funny? Yeah, it's funny. Okay. But You still bought it. If you bought it, I think it's funny. I mean, I don't know.
She will sleep in my bed with me.
Right?
Dude, it's so weird.
Yeah, it is. It's out there. It's definitely out there.
You know what else that sucks about it is when it gets released and people start getting it. That's scrolling. Dude,
Yep.
Facebook is not going to be safe for work anymore. I never would have thought that my fucking geek group fucking news feed would not be safe for work, but sure enough. Oh well.
Dom, are you in? You're in on that?
Nah,
He is a completist.
I play with the real things.
Oh, what are you going to play with when you lose all that weight after the weight loss challenge?
Oh, damn!
That's not funny, Brian.
You'll be a newfound man.
Dang.
I'm sorry, I'm drinking tea tonight. It's got me all loopy. And it's decaf.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it is.
Is that a Long Island tea?
The Long Island version.
It's a sugar cookie sleigh ride, actually, believe it or not, is the name of this tea.
Why am I the only fat guy on this goddamn group that like only gets made fun of?
I'm just making up for Dave.
Guy.
I'm just making up for
Yeah.
Dave. If Dave said it, you'd be laughing.
No, I wouldn't.
No, I'm sorry, Dom.
I was, yeah.
Chris JD's still laughing.
So
Son
I've got
of
a
a bitch.
question.
Genius.
If we're kind of moving on from that, like, and it's just we've talked a lot on the shows. We had the Optimus discussion last week that we saw information about, and we saw this little device for RC. When was the last time that you guys were surprised about something? Because I kind of discovered something in the last probably 8 or 9 days that it just seems like nobody really cares about, and that's fine. It just was kind of a unique conversation topic, but
T-minus like 1 hour.
surprising.
Yeah.
T-minus 1 hour.
Right here.
Why? What happens then?
I open it and cream my pants, I guess. I don't know. We'll see.
What?
Maybe we should put
No.
that on camera.
Never.
But I think we got crisscross. I'm confused.
So your question was excited, right? Like,
Yeah. When was the last time you got? Just when did you kind of get surprised at seeing something or finding something this day and age?
Like when news comes out?
Yeah,
Regards,
or like maybe you didn't see it in the news. Is my point. So
oh, dude, that never happens, man. It's just because it's that's just it's a rare thing that doesn't happen anymore too much. At least not with this collecting game, because all of us here are usually pretty much on top of things. You scroll Facebook, there's just news. It's everywhere. It's in your face. Like no matter if you're kind of like adept at any of these social media platforms. So, now it's more like, getting like kind of like a surprise announcement of something coming out, and when you're like, oh, okay, that's dope, and then it comes out like not too long like after that. Like that's the surprise, instead of like these year-long teases like we've talked about like in the past. That's kind of like what I feel like the surprise is nowadays. Because I mean, when do you ever walk into a toy store or whatever and find and be surprised by what you see in it? That's a rare thing nowadays. That was something that we got 25 years ago. Going to the toy store because we weren't up on catalogs or anything like that. So you had to go to the store to see what was out. So but it's a different game nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, just a couple examples for me from the past. Power of the Force figures, for one thing, that kind of blew my mind. And I remember I was on vacation with my family. I think we were in Ohio, and we walked into a Toys R Us, and Power Master Prime was there. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Another Optimus? I remember that being pretty crazy. But as far as like news, I think maybe the last thing that really kind of blew me away was seeing Omega Supreme at the TFCon third-party panel a couple of years back.
Yeah, that was the big one.
Yeah, when the panel did more, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool. I just brought it up. Go ahead.
I'm
Tom.
sorry, Gary. Like
Nope.
I think it was like in 2000 they did like a reissue of the diecast Voltron. I can't remember. I think maybe.
Yeah, the
I know it was-
Trendmasters. Yeah, the Toys R Us one.
Yeah,
Yep.
the Toys R Us one. I remember when I walked into Toys R Us, saw that. I was really surprised that you can, they reissued that thing out, which was pretty
Well,
cool.
so I brought it up. So those are all kind of dated examples, right? Power of the Force is 20 years ago. You're talking about 2000. Even the Omega, right? It was a couple TF cons ago, and that panel has really subsided. I realize it's not as popular these days, but I happened to come across this Disney World, Disneyland exclusive Sandcrawler for the Star Wars 3 3/4 scales. And I'm not even sure how I ended up finding it and seeing it online, and I kind of researched it, and then I was able to find a review for it. But it's I don't know how much you guys know, in the 3 3/4 Star Wars. If anybody here, I don't think anybody collects it anymore besides me. A few things, right?
I cherry pick it. Hard.
Yeah. Well, they did did you see the Sandcrawler they did back in like 2004 as under the original trilogy collection?
Mm-hmm.
So that one was an Entertainment Earth exclusive. It actually hit Hot Topic of all places, believe it or not, for brick and mortar stores. And I think it retailed for like $59.99 when it came out in 04. And it's very small, right? It has no electronics, no lights. And it came with a droid and a Jawa. And, it was just a really small, not even close to scale. But just a really small toy. But that's the only one they did, and it's pretty pricey. Like that one sells like mint sealed box for between probably $250 ish, on eBay. So Disney released this. It's like 3 times the size. It's a much bigger, 3 3/4 Sandcrawler. It comes with a droid and a different Jawa. And I just thought it was interesting because it's an exclusive to the theme parks, but it has lights, it has sounds with electronics. And it retails for $100.
Who
and
the
it's-
hell is going to buy that at an amusement park and carry that and lug that around for the whole day?
You
They're
just
not.
spent,
They're gonna have it shipped back to their room like they do. You don't have to carry
Yeah,
it
but-
around.
you just spent $800 getting the fucking family into the park.
That's true.
So-
Those monorails are awesome.
well,
I'm just saying, it's fucking
You're right.
salty. It's kind of a dumb way to market it.
I don't disagree with limiting it that way. I just thought it was interesting. I wish we could, we don't screen share on the show, but it's if you guys Google it, it's like I said, it's pretty large looking. I saw a couple reviews, and I just thought for the size and what you're getting for $100, we made such a big deal about the Hasbro, sail barge on this show not that long ago, just kind of discussing it and it being, sold the way it was sold as a fan supported project first and all that other stuff. But it just surprised me. I thought it was a pretty big, worthwhile item that was in pretty high demand for that collector base still. But a little research I found is I'm 99% sure it's not manufactured by Hasbro. It's actually made by Disney themselves.
I was about to say, does it compare to that sail barge that you brought up that we did speak about?
I don't think it's not quite it's not nearly as large, and it may not have as much, intricacy in terms of detail on the inside, but it's $100.
Yeah. Something of like similar scale, it's gonna work with the same scale as that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not super into the 3 3/4 Star Wars stuff, but I still watch. And there's right now in stores is a reissue TIE Fighter in some vintage packaging, and it's retailing for $80. And it's just another TIE Fighter that's been done multiple times in different colors, in a vintage box. And I think that same toy several years ago retailed for like $40 at Target. As part of the legacy line there. So
what you probably shipping is going to cost them $200.
That's the other thing. It's like, granted, you can only get this at the park. Like I said, so I guess my question to you guys was it surprised me. I hadn't been surprised in a while to find something else.
How big is it, Gary?
Google it. Take a look at it. Yeah, it's pretty large size.
Do you want to screen share it?
Yeah, let's screen share it.
I don't have the ability to do it from my device, I don't think. But.
The Brinkalizer.
I think Brinkalizer just
lock it down.
Volunteered. There he goes. Let me highlight him. Do you think $100 is worth it? Because usually when they sell toys at these amusement parks, they always got the price priced up. So do you think this is something that would be like maybe $60 or something like at a regular toy store, and it just costs $100 because it's from the amusement park?
Actually, I thought the opposite. If they're trying to sell the TIE Fighter at Walmart for $80, I think.
Is that it? Is that
that's
what
it.
is?
It comes with the Jawa and the Gonk droid.
Yeah, new Disney Park exclusive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it's not exactly to scale like the sail barge scale.
No,
right?
no, it's not to scale. I didn't say it, but it's much larger than the 2004 version. It's totally different paint scheme.
Cardboard?
It's plastic.
Yeah, it looks like it's cardboard though.
No, it's plastic.
Dude, he's like, that shit's a fucking prop.
It looks like
prop.
fucking cardboard.
Looks like cardboard you just fold together, right? Like it's
Well, I mean, but it's got looks like it's got this drop down thing right here because it's snapped in there.
what can you do with it?
It's like this folds down.
What
Basically.
features does it have to make this like playable? Like, can you?
Well, it's got lights. It's got sounds. I know there's a little grappling hook thing that extends out of the back. It's got an elevator that you can put figure in and kind of bring it from inside out. So I mean, it's relatively it's not just a shell. Let's put it that way. It's not just a shell with some wheels. It's got some stuff to it.
Here we go, Gary. Does this help for scale?
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Nice.
Oh, great. Well, whatever. I guess that's the vintage one on top of it.
I believe, the vintage one, which I think was actually remote control back in the day.
Let's see what else we can find here. Oh, maybe this. Here we go.
The Sandcrawler place.
Try me.
Nice. Have you guys ever seen like customs of like these vehicles and stuff? Do people customize these things like the way I've seen like Transformers?
Yeah.
Because I'm not really like in the Star Wars groups like looking for it, so I'd be interested to.
I see a lot of guys that scratch build stuff like speeders, and they're just building them out of foam and plastic sheets.
So, Gary, I mean, to your surprise, were you more or less thinking something of this scale would be more or less like along the lines of the Kickstarter, like the sail barge or something like that? Or is that why you're kind of surprised to see it in retail?
So I think I was just got me thinking a little bit, right? So I was just surprised that again, I get 3 3/4 scale isn't the end thing in the last 4 or 5 years for sure, right? But the fact that it didn't seem, and all the groups and people that I see in interest, like no one had it posted anywhere, in the realm or any of that stuff. So I think I was just kind of surprised by that. But it just kind of showed, I think, what I won't just say successful, obviously financially viable company, I'll choose my words a little bit more deliberately, but that sail barge was more expensive, funded as a Kickstarter by a giant company, Hasbro. A bigger company can pretty much put it out on their own, like you said, at a theme park where you spent all this money to get in already, and not have to market it anywhere else, and just be confident to sell it, in the gift shops there, right? And I know it's a little bit of apples to oranges. I just thought it was interesting. To me, it demonstrated what's capable to be done and what are we really paying for, right? Sometimes for the stuff. And I'll bring it back around to some robots. I understand X-Transbots and Keith and all the behind the scenes stuff was trying to circumvent some KOs with their Stunticons. But what did the Crack Rock? It was what, $40 for that first one, right? Wasn't it like $39.99?
Yep.
And then the second one's $60, right?
Yep.
The Wild Rider, and both get overall really, really good reviews, and that's substantially less. KFC just put out a reissue of their Wreck-Ar, and that thing's still $90, and that's like a 3 or 4 year old figure by now, right?
Is it that old? Maybe
It's a couple of years old, So I just thought it was worth kind of maybe just talking about that. It's possible to get a popular item that is in demand in the right groups for a fair price without everything being such an extreme all the time, I guess. Just a thought. Just a thought.
Yeah. And that's cool. And then, like you said, just being surprised, to find this thing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's hard nowadays. Maybe it's just because that's something, like you said, that's not a line you collect. So maybe it's a little bit out of the ordinary. And so when you saw it, it's something that maybe you weren't even looking for, but it's something that caught your eye. So I wish we could kind of take it back to those moments like back in the day. But this day and age, we just get information so fast, like this Prime. This Prime's coming out in, August of next year. Like, we were kids, we'd have, different analogy. This is a Japanese toy import, but we would have had to walk into the store to find that, so like kind of like MP01, I would say. Like that's kind of like I guess a memory of going to Toys R Us and seeing that in there and being surprised, because I was kind of out of the toy game at that time. So it wasn't like now where I'm looking everything up,
Well, I guess so. Maybe I'll pose a different question. If you guys don't have any other thoughts on that, when was the last time you bought something simple that you really enjoyed having in your collection? Simple meaning, like, I don't know, is there such thing as a $15 or less purchase, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could cite some examples, but none to prove your point. Or to prove against your point. So basically, thus proving your point.
It's okay, Brian. We can agree.
Yeah.
It's cool. Have some tea.
I try not to, Gary. I try not to agree with you, but it's just it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I was out running legit errands, and I saw some of the new Jurassic Park dinosaurs, like the little ones that, from the recent wave, and we're all on this Mythic Legions kick. I'm not going to talk more about that, but they make great little animal companions, and they were $6 at Walmart. They were on sale. They were $5.96 each. So I bought 2 of them for $12. I have 2 little dinosaurs that look like a fantastic little, animal friend for these little these figures that we're so hot on. And I can, I don't know. I was like, that's great. I didn't have to spend $150 on a third-party figure. I didn't have to pre-order a Hot Toys for $300. It was fun. I bought it at the store, opened it up. It looks good on display. I think it fits the look. I'm happy with it,
Yeah. Damn, I wish.
Doesn't happen that often.
Yeah.
Well, but what about your Siege, Jose? You found them first, right? Before anyone else.
Well, yeah, because got them at that convention and stuff.
Yeah.
So for the retail, I'm very happy, because it's that's a surprise purchase, because again, it's not spending $100 on a figure. It's
right.
$20 and being pleasantly surprised by the purchase. So yeah, I guess if
you enjoyed them, right?
Yeah. What's up, Dom?
Hey, I'm back.
Hey,
sorry.
Sorry.
Brian,
you keep hopping out.
Yeah.
Is it me?
What's that, Dom?
I don't know. There was an accident down the street for me, so they
Was
might
it?
be playing with the somebody hit a pole, so
One of the hamsters died.
yeah, that too.
Tom, don't feed the poor little bastard.
Money's getting tight. I had to put that motherfucker on the Barbie last night.
Oh,
Cook him up.
a mythic meal.
The mythic meal, yeah.
It's like one bite for Dom.
Have you guys done your mythic meal this week?
I heard that, JD. I heard that, JD. I fucking heard that.
P5O
Mm-hmm.
Oh God,
Dom, are you throwing a party? Are you drinking out of one of those red, solo cups?
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah, that's good. It's classy.
So you don't have to do dishes. You don't have to do dishes, right?
Dude, you can buy I don't know if you guys got Costco by you, but
yes.
You can buy a year's supply of those solo cups for $10.
I have a year's supply in my garage right now. Yeah.
Wow.
I use them a lot, actually.
I think the funny thing is, my brother-in-law and my sister buys those, and they go through it within a month, maybe 2. Me and my wife it'll take us a year to go through all those.
Well, I'm going to enjoy my beverage out of my custom-made Etchbox Thundercats mug, and when I'm done, I'll wash it like a grown-up, and put it back.
Wow.
That's right, to Gary. You're gonna watch it. I'm sure you're gonna watch it. Let's be all honest. Your wife's gonna watch it.
Yeah, okay.
You don't do the
That's the
dishes.
funniest joke. That's the funniest joke all day.
Oh, you're telling me that she doesn't do the dishes?
No, you have a
No,
dishwasher.
it's not the 1950s, Dom.
Right, exactly.
Okay. I'm not saying when you're doing the dishes, you're actually washing the dishes. Does she put it in the dishwasher and wash the dishes and take them out and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, she'll do that.
Okay. So give her credit. Jesus, Gary.
Oh yeah, I totally do.
Okay. Because I'm texting her right now telling her that she doesn't do the dishes.
I'm talking about her live on the internet.
It's part of her duties when Gary plays restaurant with her.
Yes.
Right, exactly. That only works on a younger sibling.
Did we all answer this, Dom? Did you bow out before you answered? Did you get
What happened?
Or were we talking about surprises? I forget if you talked about.
Oh yeah, I said about the Voltron.
Oh yeah, dude.
I
actually,
don't get much
right.
surprises. Like the only thing that surprises me these days is just price. Like if I see something on sale that I bought, I'm like, fuck. I should have bought it. I should have waited and bought it now. On that sales price.
Well, look, that quick little sale today with the Siege line on Hasbro Toy Shop.
Yeah,
like all the deluxes were fucking $10.
How does the MP44 don't sell out on Japan, Amazon Japan, but the fucking goddamn Siege Deluxe figures sell out on Hasbro.com? It's fucking stupid.
People talk shit, but they still love them chugs, man.
It's sold out, dude. It's sold.
Yeah.
By the time I saw your post, Jose, I went up on the site and it's already sold out.
Gone. Yep.
Man.
And they had a 20% going. Did the 20%?
Yeah, it applied as well.
Really?
Yeah, 20% applied on it, and
So, like,
if you bought-
$8
and $15. All you needed was to spend was 15 to get free shipping.
Holy shit! So you could buy $8 all for each, and you got
Yep.
free shipping.
Yep.
And then you lived in the wonderful state of Delaware, and you get no tax.
No, yeah, dude, dude, that was a great. I mean, and Jose, I found it before you sent it to me. Like, believe it or not, I was buying them while sitting on the toilet. We don't get good service in the bathroom at work, and it was taking like 15 seconds every time I had something to the cart. So by the time I checked out and it's about to hit the group, you had already put it in there. And it was like, oh,
Damn
give me
it!
to it.
Yeah, I guess I missed out on that.
And dude, Hasbro Toy Shop, there was news that they're closing up shop or whatever, or they're not getting Hasbro. I don't know what the hell it is, but I tell you, they tell you to sign up for their newsletter, blah blah blah. I don't get any news about this in my inbox. I gotta hear from the Facebook friends and stuff. I'm like, all right, well.
You'll get that email maybe at next month.
Yeah.
That Siege figures came out.
Sold out.
I'm gonna get an email in 10 days. I'm sorry, we couldn't fulfill your order.
Do you think people are gonna get hit with that? Because it seemed like shit was like selling out. Like I know Ace was trying to check out. He had the Optimus in his cart, and then when he went to pay, it was gone.
When did all this go down? Like 3 o'clock?
This was like this morning. Like I don't know, this morning.
It was like around 1 or 2. I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
they usually like 1 o'clock they release all their new stuff.
The funny thing is, this one I signed in to check out. I had like all this other shit in my cart from like when I was shopping like months ago. I'm like, oh crap! Let's take all this crap out of here.
Those safe shopping carts.
You didn't want.
Dude, Amazon gets me in trouble with that shit, dude. So many times. You want to get something real quick, and all of a sudden there's like 4 or 5 things in your shopping cart, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, I thought it was worth $20, not $180. Jesus. You realize that you have like 4 other things in the cart.
It's when you see the price and shit. And Amazon, you got to be careful because they do have that one-click buy if you have that thing turned on.
Yeah,
so.
no, I don't. That's
Did anybody else buy that Marvel Legends 2-pack today? That was like super cheap.
Oh, which one?
The Sentinel, right?
The Sentinel and the Wolverine.
Nope.
Oh no.
I didn't jump on that.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. I actually
Prime deal.
that.
It's like $50. That's like $40 off.
Walmart had some rollbacks too on some Marvel Legend 10-year anniversary, like double 2-packs and stuff like that. I think they had the Thanos 3 set on rollback for $37. So
Nice.
if you guys are looking for that 3-pack 10-year anniversary with the Thanos, Iron Man that lights up, and Doctor Strange, I think it's on rollback on Walmart.com for like $37, which was originally $69.99. So that's a good deal.
Yeah, that is a pretty good deal.
That is a good deal.
No.
And you get actually a Thanos that's sizes up good with the other figures. So SH Figure Arts Peeny Weeny Thanos.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't scale with that stuff, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, what can you do? What can you do?
It's the life we live.
Yeah. So that was just crazy. Yeah, that was crazy early on the Hasbro toy shop. Just kind of seeing something.
Now, do you think that's an error? Like, they're going to realize that it's
people,
not $10, and they're going to be, next time they put it up, it's going to be $20.
Yeah, people were saying that they were like I saw a couple of posts saying that people were thinking that they were going to get a lot of just like canceled order notices because it was.
Dude, I hope tomorrow morning everybody gets fucking canceled order notices. I hope. Sorry, there was an error in the system. There were not $9.99. They're supposed to be $19.99. We forgot the one.
Yeah, because you know what, I did look up the Studio Series stuff, and they did have the new stuff on the site, but it was regular price, $19.99, and I was like,
fuckers get a cancellation tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna wish on you.
So vindictive. And then it'll all be back in stock. Will you just buy them, or will you find them in the wild?
Oh, $19.99 with 20% off? Nah, I'll find them in the wild. I'll find them.
You'll be able to do better than that.
Probably.
In the wild.
Probably. You never know.
Nice.
That stuff, especially first wave stuff, kind of sits there for a while.
Yeah. Dominomics. Let them know.
That's how you do it.
Oh.
Just let it sit. Let it simmer.
Mm-hmm.
What else were we talking about today?
I was just wondering, for those of you into it, did you guys do your Mythic Duty yet this week? Or
no?
Okay, I haven't either.
Brian.
I thought I got paid last Friday. I don't get paid till this Friday.
I'm waiting for my credit card cycle to renew.
What's that mean? Your Mythic Duty?
There's a pre-order that went out
yesterday. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I was just curious.
It's open until what, the 27th, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So. Yep. I'm gonna make that purchase on the 26th of December.
Hey, next question. Did any of you do your Prime duty today?
Oh yeah.
Good.
What Good. Prime duty? Oh. The Amazon JP Prime.
Right. So I was kind of curious. We were all speculating about price. I know I was hovering around the high 200s, possibly over 300. But dude, 135 difference for many people. I don't know if that's what it is for everyone, but dude, I was pretty impressed. 135 difference in that cost.
The US dollar in my house is a little bit stronger.
Oh, is it? Dude, maybe not after today, man. 800 point crash? Jesus Christ.
What's going on, Trump?
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. But anyway, yeah, I was glad to get that done and out of the way.
Yeah. And it's nice to know that, exactly, that it's done. You're locked in. It's a good, I guess, decent price. It's better than the retail. And then why would you want to cancel? But you have a long time to fucking cancel it, you know what I'm saying, and not really be, liable for that amount. So I'm thinking about it. I think I got the Beast Wars Megatron on order, but I think I was like, why did I do that? Because I'm like not really collecting that line, but I think I'll get that Megatron and pick up the Optimus and just be done. Just have the leaders from it. Because I did like Beast Wars, so I think I'd just be good with those two characters.
Yeah, those two characters are kind of like the cornerstones of that line.
Yeah.
That's it. I noticed you cleaning house in the MP life.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
What's going on, man?
I'm downsizing, man. I'm gonna be getting rid of a lot more stuff. Like Like I was always like a cherry picker when it came to that line. I never felt like I had to be a completionist, and I'm just paring it down like a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Just keep certain characters that really resonate instead of just having
Okay.
to have them.
I thought it was the curtains. I mean, they look great, but I know they were like pure silk or something like that. Okay.
Still paying them off.
I know. Yeah, no, exactly. I just want to just get rid of some of the excess and start prioritizing like some other things.
So, Jose, how are you making your selections? Is it based on personal preference? Is it based on what you think you could get the most money for?
Kind of like 50-50. Because I know certain pieces are like, yeah, these are like coveted. So I've already, made a decent amount just, with the 4 pieces that I sold already. There's gonna be more coming. Some of them are just like, damn, don't really want to get rid of you. But again, I'm not able to like enjoy my collection like most people would, having it all out, having it displayed and stuff like that. And then like I've said, over the past few months, I haven't really picked up a ton of things. So I feel like I've been detoxing from the hobby in a way. So it just does make it a little bit easier to be like, I could part with this, I could part with that, and just bank some of that money and save it for a rainy day, basically.
Sportimus said you're making room for legions.
Nah, man, I ain't done. I'm the only one on the show not down that rabbit hole. But like I said, I think the second those guys like start tackling like maybe some of these like superhero licenses or whatever, or start making things like remotely related to that, I might pick up a couple.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Or what about something galactic as opposed to mythic?
I'd have to see.
All right.
They won't tackle any other licenses. It'll be their own stuff.
Yeah, but could you imagine like a 6-inch scale that kind of had their homages to like characters from Buck Rogers or Battlestar Galactica?
Oh yeah.
All right, now I feel like Brian's earlier conversation because I want a 6-inch, Aaron Gray from Buck Rogers.
Holding out hope for that.
I don't know, man. Old Gwendolyn. I mean,
There you go.
use the color of her hair. She could be an Aaron Gray, perhaps. I don't know.
You got to substitute. Yeah, Russ is like, gotta come with us, Jose. Now I'm holding out, man. I'm holding out. I'm holding out. See, like for me, like I said, that's such like an easy pass. Because they're like, even like, think about it, like I love comic books, I love superheroes and stuff like that, and even though I've dabbled like, and I've picked up, I used to collect the DC collectibles line, and I used to pick up Marvel Legends too, like and figure arts of these characters, and like I find it kind of like easier to kind of give that stuff up now. Like I almost feel like I've messed with it, I've had it, don't need it. So if I'm turning down like stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, stuff that I love in action figure form, it's easy for me to pass on something that's like fantasy related. Like,
Jose, what if they painted them up in like neon spandex and gave them really big shiny belts to wear?
Maybe, yeah, that's what I said. Then I'd consider it. I'd consider it.
Yeah, give them flashy sunglasses and hats and stuff like that.
I need to take a page out of your book, though, Jose, and just kind of thin the herd a bit.
Dude, how many tables are you getting for NJCC?
I don't get any yet.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing. Actually, I'm glad you kind of brought that up. I'm not gonna be able to do the next NJCC because falls on WrestleMania weekend. Already got plans for that weekend. So then when's the next toy show to sell at? August. It's like, so as much as I don't want to deal with the post office, I'm just gonna have to just start posting all this shit online. So keep a lookout soon, there's gonna be deals coming soon.
Deals.
I want to try and stack my table to the ceiling at NJCC.
Yeah. and that's another thing.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm like, I don't even know if it's even feasible to keep getting like tables, because even though there's stuff like I do want to get rid of, I'm getting to that point when it comes to like a lot of the Transformers and third party things that I have. It's not stuff I want to sell. It is stuff I want to keep. So it's like what else do I have to bring? Besides things that I don't think are going to do well, like at shows like that. So You know, so I'll take my chances online and just try to unload. And I haven't done eBay in a while, but you know, I'll start just throwing the stuff on there. You know, if worst comes to worst. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, man, just downsizing. I feel like I'm starting to kind of get one foot out, and I'll just be dabbling like from here on out. Like, cause like Gary said, and like, you know, about being like excited about things. There's not like a ton of things I'm really excited for. So I do feel like this is like I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna reach one of my lulls, like I've had many times throughout my life, where it's like I'm into the collecting hard, and then like I have a lull where I kind of back out of it for like a year or two, you know, or 3, and then something comes out where I see something that I'm like, oh, I gotta have that, and then it's like a, you know, falling down the rabbit hole again.
Well, when's Wave 2 of Siege come out? I mean,
that's what I was gonna ask.
2 weeks ago, right? I mean, you got them all in one shot.
Yeah, but that's like retail stuff. That's like it's cool and I'm enjoying it, you know, but that's what it is. Like, it's just fun stuff to kind of like mess with. I'll still pick up like maybe things like that. And then, like I said, just cherry pick like in some other things. But there's just, like I said, not a ton of things like on the horizon that I'm looking forward to. Like these combiners and stuff, like, you know, dope. But, you know, I had the constructor, I had it for a while, and then I felt like, I could get rid of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt like if I picked up those aerial bots, it'd be the same thing. Like, I'd mess with them. I'd be like, these are cool. But again, I'm not in a space right now where I could display all that stuff. So it's like it's going to be in a box. So I'd just get rid of it. So that's where I feel like I'm starting to climb out now. Like, until I get myself like where I could have the space and kind of, you know, have the space to display it and really enjoy it all, then I feel like I'll start, you know, getting back in a little bit more hardcore.
I don't have combiner fever either.
Yeah. So. You know, and especially like when, you know, we know a little bit better now, you know, when those pieces were coming out, we paid $100 a piece, and then they put out the box set that saves you $150, you know? So it's like, so that's also why I've taken the wait and see approach when it comes to those aerial bots and even these Combaticons, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to see if they just put out the eventual box set that's a little bit cheaper.
Maybe someone in the chat knows. I just had a legit question. I know, like Toy World, Brian, you were talking about all the color repaints that they did for Constructor.
10.
Are they making, or is there a weathered green version?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't think I've seen that either. But that weathered yellow one with the change the head back to like the better head, I guess we'll say.
Yep.
I think that thing looks awesome. I think that looks really good.
Yeah,
Gary. I mean, considering how you like to do obscure ones, I figured you would get a yellow one. There's a weathered orange one.
Are they doing the weathered one for orange too?
Yep.
Oh, see, that's more my style too, because that reminds me. That's the KB toys.
Yep.
Well, I had the original yellow one. I told you, and one of the arms was like manufactured poorly, and it wouldn't connect, so I sold it because it made me angry.
Fuck you, toy.
Yeah, I think TF Source had it. Like, you know, it wasn't a box set, but it was like all 6 individuals, and I think it was like crazy. It's like $300. You know, one of the first super low sales they did for that, and I picked it up there just to get it, and I put it together, and the last piece just would not stay on to save its life. I tried zip tying it, and it never worked correctly. So I don't know. Chalked it up to the third party life, you know.
All right, we'll see.
Hey.
All right.
Before we get to the next segment, I'm just gonna keep coming up with stuff. The Captain Marvel trailer. Anybody watch that yet?
Oh, yes.
Oh, there's a new trailer.
I did.
Damn. JD's missing out on boobs and trailers.
Dude, you got your phone back. What happened? He got so used to not having a phone, so now he's just, you know, he's not paying attention to nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, did it drop last night? Because I think I watched it.
Yeah, right after ETR, or right near the end.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You got to see a little bit more of like the Skrulls and stuff. You know, some more footage. Real good looking stuff. You know, I'm interested.
When's that movie coming out?
March.
Yep.
Dude, they made Sam Jackson look young, and he's driving like a '89 Caprice. It's pretty interesting.
Dude, I was going through a clickbait article. Sam Jackson turns 70 on December 21st.
God,
can you believe that? Holy crap!
You don't look it. You don't look it at all.
You know, it's funny. Who else was on that list? Bonnie Bedelia turned 70 this year. She was John McClane's wife in Die Hard.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I always had the hots for her. And then, like, I see this 70-year-old picture. I'm like,
Damn.
Yeesh.
God damn.
How old is Bruce
Ruined.
Willis? Is he that old?
Dude, he might be.
He's getting there.
Damn. This
Dude, we're
is
getting
like
old.
we're getting to that point. Yeah, man. Our childhood heroes. Like Schwarzenegger, Stallone, all those dudes. They're old men, man. They're old men. Brammer in the chat, he's saying Danny Trejo, 74. Fuck, man.
Jesus.
Yep. Yep.
Posers. Well, anyway, I'm pretty excited. Like I said, the MCU movies is my gateway to all of this fiction. So whenever they hand something new, I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I heard rumors like supposedly they said that because I was hearing like that was gonna drop Monday and then maybe supposedly an Avengers trailer tomorrow. Well, we'll see because we heard that bullshit before and nothing came out. So we'll see what happens. But it was cool. It was cool. Like I just that part with the old lady like being the Skrull and showing that quick fight like on the train, like that's kind of like something. I hope there's a lot more cool things, and I'm sure there is, because that's like a scene that I wish they probably didn't. I wish they didn't spoil it in a trailer like that.
Oh, they showed more of that fight when she cracks that old lady in the
Look,
face.
yeah, a little bit more, just
Gotcha.
tiny bit. So sometimes I feel like when they put out that Aquaman trailer a few weeks ago, it was like a 5-minute trailer. So I'm like, it was
Jesus.
dope. Like I love the way it looked, but I was like, man, like something you're just showing too much. I think with DC, they're just trying to be like, hey, like this is good. Like look what we got, because I think they're trying to get over the Justice League fiasco. But this new trailer for Captain Marvel, I mean, Brian, like you said, they're on a roll with these Marvel movies. Like, what I'm saying? Like, they all have different levels of quality, but for the most part, they are good films. You could just go enjoy them. This is a character that's supposedly be leading like the next wave. Like they're gonna supposedly be putting a lot of stock into this woman and this character. So I'm excited for it just because it means we're that much closer to the next Avengers and getting a wrap up.
Nice little nostalgia twist to it too. It's gonna have some, I guess, taking part in the past is gonna be kind of interesting to see.
Yeah,
I like to see how they do that stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, we got to see Coulson again and stuff like that, because that basically just proves to you like it had to be a flashback movie to get that character back, because everybody watching the movies, he died in the Avengers, and even though he's alive in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what I'm saying, it just shows you that even though they're supposed to be connected, it's not really connected, or else they would have brought back Coulson in these films a while ago. So it's gonna be cool. It's funny. It's cool how they do the special effects to make the characters like look younger.
I like that. That's cool.
So it'll be interesting to see. And I usually like period pieces. I thought they did it well with Captain America, the first Avenger. So we'll see how they do it here for the 80s. That's when it's supposed to take place, right? The 80s?
90s.
I think so, because there was a beeper.
Oh, is there? I thought it was 90s.
Oh,
I thought it was 90s.
Oh, maybe 90s. Yeah. Well, yeah, even better. Even better.
I don't think Blockbuster was in the 80s.
Yeah. Cool. Even an era I'm even like more familiar with, because I was born in 1980, but you don't start remembering shit really until you're like 7, 8, 9, and then older. So that'd be cool to see all the little nods that they throw in there too. Kind of like the way everybody was going crazy over what is it, Stranger Things, because of all the old school like references and stuff.
Like D&D is a cool fucking thing to do now. We went to Target yesterday and they have D&D starter packs as soon as you fucking walk in the door, sitting there with the Stranger Things Blu-rays.
All right, if this takes place in the 90s, what throwback songs do you want in the soundtrack?
CC Music Factory.
Yeah.
Wanna make you sweat. Come on, baby.
Tub thumping.
You know it, Brian. CC Music
FCM.
Factory.
I had a cassette single of that, man.
Yeah. At least like Milli Vanilli, maybe. Ace of Base.
Ace of Base. Yes, that has to be there. That's a good one.
Crisscross.
Oh, yeah, Crisscross.
in there.
Maybe some grunge. You're gonna have. I mean, some alternative like Pearl Jam. Maybe some
Nirvana in there.
Nirvana.
Some Kid and Play.
Oh, kid and play. Ain't gonna hurt nobody.
Dude, maybe some '90s Michael Jackson music, like
Was it bad?
no, that was eight. That was eight.
That's
What was
87.
89, wasn't it?
No,
Yeah, it
bad was 87.
87.
Was it 87? Okay.
Yeah, but I
What did
don't
he
know.
do
I always
in
like that
90s?
song he did
No,
with his
Michael
sister.
Jackson was black or white in '91
Black and white.
Yeah.
with Macaulay in the video. Yeah.
Uh,
I always
and
like
the
that Scream song that he did with Janet. That was
Ooh,
that
yeah,
song
that-
was awesome.
that's the most. That's the highest grossing video still, I think.
Really?
Not like
No, it's
ever
not.
ever made. Like to be made, video to be made.
Oh, like the highest budget?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, let me correct that. It cost the most to make that video. I think it's still the number one.
What about like Blues Traveler? You guys want some Blues Traveler?
Yeah. How about
Some
Tony
Counting
Tony
Crows.
Tony? How about Tony Tony Tony?
Some pilots.
Boys to
Feels
Men.
good. Boys to Men.
Russ in the chat Wiggum said the Spice Girls.
The Spice Girls. What you?
Oh,
What do
gee.
you really want? What do you really want?
Like a G thing.
Yeah.
Regulator.
I wanna.
Listen,
Yeah.
Montel Jordan.
Montel Jordan.
Dude, MC Hammer.
MC Hammer. There you go. With the pants.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
No. Bum 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 bum.
I was a fan. He knows.
I love that shit. Dude, my music in the 90s was all over the place. I loved it all.
Do you think that's an aspect that they're gonna play up rank, like kind of like what they did with Guardians? You know, like I don't think it was like prevalent in the trailer, like with the music, like the way they did it for
Well,
Guardians.
they do flashbacks for her too. So like they do like childhood flashbacks for her. So it's gonna be all over the place.
Well,
I think.
granted, I think is the Guardians movies the only ones that have pop soundtracks? I can't even remember now.
Well, if you think about it, though, like the Guardians movies, his life is driven off of that music.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
Exactly.
true. Yeah, that's true.
She's
They set it up in the
probably
beginning.
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like maybe it won't be like on the soundtrack, but maybe like through the scenes, like a car will drive by playing
Yeah.
something on the radio
Yeah.
or something
Probably
like
get
that. You know?
some little snippets here and
Yeah.
there.
Got Baby's Got Back.
Yeah,
Oh, we gotta get some LL Cool J in there.
Nights of Rent says Weird Al.
We're Al Yankovic.
Shout out to UHF. We don't need no stinking badgers.
UHF. Such a good.
We don't need no stinking badgers, man.
Stanley Spadowski's Clubhouse.
Yes.
How are you gonna feel when you see the Stan Lee cameo? How's that gonna make you feel?
I'm gonna cry.
You think that's gonna hit you? You think you're gonna feel a certain way when you see Stan on screen?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice to see him, you know.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. I just know if he has a line, we won't be able to hear it because everyone will be clapping in the theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to catch that on the bootleg.
Yeah.
From the
All right, let's get the question game going, guys. I think it's my turn. It's JD's turn. It's Gary's turn. So who wants to go first? I'll go first.
I was going to go first. Okay.
Go ahead, G. If you're ready, go ahead.
All right. So I have to ask a question to the chat, correct?
Yes.
Right? That's how it starts. Okay. So the 80s popular action show Knight Rider featured a 82 Pontiac Trans Am. And interesting side fact is that in the first season of the show, they referred to KITT as a Trans Am. And Pontiac made a version of that car without the lights, but it had the black wheel covers and the specific tan interior. It became so popular, Pontiac asked the show, now this is a good business move, of course, to stop referring to it as a Trans Am because there was too much demand for the limited supply they had. So from then on, they referred to KITT as a black T-top. So anytime you watch the show, they always said, did you see a black T-top roll through here? So my question is, KITT had a nemesis that was known as KARR, K-A-R-R. What did that acronym stand for?
Oh,
Wow. Went
guts
right,
on that one.
I used to love that show too.
Yep.
Shit. Let me see.
And Car's light in his hood was not red. It was actually like an amber orange color.
Yeah.
It was red on the toy.
And he had the little like gray on the underside
You
too.
got
right?
it. Exactly.
Yes.
Yep. He had a little
Yep.
bit to differentiate him.
Yeah. I used to love that shit back in the day.
You guys remember that shit too much.
Russ is like, I don't remember. We love we love that show as a kid, Dom. Damn. What show did you love as a kid?
Baywatch.
You weren't a kid when Baywatch was out. You were a young man.
He was in college.
Exactly.
The bouncing.
Looking at Pam Anderson running down the beach.
I got Josh Fisher with the first answer of night automated roving robots.
Freaking Josh. I swear this Josh, man, listen. You're not allowed to enter the wellness challenge because he freaking wins everything. He is correct. He is correct.
That's why it's like Google Warriors.
Yeah.
Google Warriors.
Yep.
He's got
Yeah,
some
Kit-
fast
Kit-
thumbs.
Kit was the Night Industries 2000. So when they had the evil version known as Car, which they discovered buried in a beach, it was the Night Automated Roving Robot. Okay. All right.
People like accuse him of cheating. He Googled it. Or he copy pasted.
He Googled it.
So what if he copy pasted? Come on, people, get those
All
quizzes.
right.
This is open
So-
text.
Gord said he got the best net connection.
It's an open book quiz, dude. Open book quiz.
Host
Any-
question.
What's that? What's that again?
He picked number 3. Host
Yeah, he
Okay.
didn't win. He didn't win this time.
So, all right. So my questions are, I'll keep this kind of lighthearted and I'll let someone else get more extreme. But what's one thing that all of your, we'll call them love interests, meaning that the people you dated, the person you ended up marrying, what's one trait that they all had in common?
They had hair.
They had hair. Well, was it short hair? Was it long hair? Was it a certain color, Dom? I mean, you can share a little bit more.
Yeah, no, I typically dated girls who have brown hair. So I've never. I think I dated one girl that had a blonde, and it wasn't even like a long relationship. So mostly, I usually go after the brunettes. So
All right.
that's my common
What was-
thread.
What was the question? Can you repeat it real quick again?
Yeah. So just what's one thing that all of your we're just gonna call them love interests have had in common for yourself?
Okay.
My answer is very simple because I can't really characterize them all with one single trait. They were all female, so
Oh, damn it!
I was going to say mine are all short-lived.
Oh, Brian.
That was true during my teenage years, Brian. That was true.
All right. Jose, what about you?
When you guys say short-lived, what is it, like weeks or months? Or what is it?
Months, like 3 months. Like
Gotcha.
like every relationship was like 3 months back in the day until I got older and they were a bit more
Yeah,
serious.
I had one that went on for 3 dates once. That was pretty long.
wow.
Now, Brian, is it like your expectations are high? Like, are you looking for like the were you looking for like the one, or were you just
What's
willing
that?
to just like, were you looking for the one at the time, or were you just why didn't go further? Why wouldn't any of these go to the 4th date?
Oh, I don't know. I was half joking. But,
Gotcha.
one definitely made it to the 4th date, Dom.
That's good.
I'm
That's good. That's good.
I'm trying to think. Mine, they've all had tempers.
What?
Tempers.
Interesting.
Bitch of the relationship, Jose.
Whoa. Damn.
You
Just
know, like
tool
little
on
like
you.
you know,
here,
like
Jose.
listen, there's ups and downs with everything, but sometimes like when you get into it and like sometimes you could just feel like it could just get a little bit like too much, so there's definitely that's something that they've definitely
You
had.
gotta start dating outside your race.
Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me.
Your nationality, man. You don't have tempers.
I know.
You gotta find yourself a nice, Irish girl or something.
Anybody else? Was that everybody?
I think that everybody. I'll just say for me, one more than a physical trait was just that every person I've ever dated seems to be very big animal advocates and real big on animals.
Because you're an animal.
Exactly right. Exactly. It's a lot. It's a lot of role. It's a lot of role playing in the Allen household.
Oh, nice.
Swings and vines.
Yeah. Meet
Lord
Tarzan,
of jungle.
Eugene. Let me introduce you to my monkey.
I can see all the possibilities running through Dom's head now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right, I'll go. All right, my question for the chat is going to be wrestling related. So if you guys are up on your pro wrestling, you're going to love this one. All right, so Stone Cold and The Rock, they're in the Attitude Era.
Wait,
Those-
Jose. Everyone
Yes.
get your Google browser up so you can beat
Yes.
Josh. All right.
Well,
Now
Josh
you go.
can't win. That's his
He's
job.
already had his chance.
Oh,
Josh, do not answer.
All right, so Stone Cold and The Rock, two of the biggest stars during the Attitude Era. They had a epic rivalry that spanned years. They've gone 1-on-1 at 3 WrestleManias. You know what I'm saying? 3 of them. They were 2 years apart. You know what I'm saying? They were not consecutive. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, my question to the chat is, who did Stone Cold beat for the WWF title at WrestleMania 14?
Can I share an interesting fact about Dwayne Johnson?
Yes.
He and I went to the same college at the same time. I was a freshman at UM in Miami when he was a senior on the football team.
Oh, shit.
dude, did you take that picture of him, that viral picture of him, like standing
with the fanny pack?
Yeah.
No.
Brammer,
No,
you
I
got
can't.
it. But you got to say the whole name. Say the whole name. I think Russ stole it from him.
Oh, he
You got to say the whole name. Brammer had gotten it. He was first, but you got to
it
say the whole name.
Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
So Russ the Muss, I'm gonna give it to you. You gave us the full name. It's
What was the
yours,
answer?
brother.
What was the answer?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
I was trying to do the misdirect like
Isn't-
Brian does. You know
Isn't
what I'm
he
saying?
back
Like,
in it? I saw, like, I switching channels. I thought I saw him.
Was he in Blade Trinity?
He Triple H was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in that one. Shawn Michaels has been like retired for like 8 years, but he did come back for one match last month.
Oh, wow.
Brian was like, "Come on now."
Come on now.
he's like Russ, I get your prize, you fucker.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited to see John Cena in the Bumblebee movie.
I'm sure you are.
See how he is. All right, so Russ, you pick a number, brother. You won. Oh, he put that's his all-time favorite.
Oh, what, like WrestleMania 14?
Was Shawn Michaels actually spelled SHAWN? Just curious. Or did he spell it SCEAN?
Yeah, no, that's the way. He got it.
Dude, wasn't the first WrestleMania about when like Cyndi Lauper got pushed down at an event or something, and then Captain
Girls
Lou and
just wanna
Mr.
have
T got
fun.
involved, and that kind of was the whole backstory for. Did I make that up?
That was 14?
No, that was like the first
that's
one.
the first, yeah, like
That
the
was,
first
yeah,
one.
yeah. First one was like Hulk. Wasn't it Hulk Hogan?
It was like a tag team
and
match.
The Giant. Andre
It
the
was
Giant was the
Hogan
final
and
match.
Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff, I think.
Well,
Mr.
Russ
Wonderful.
picked 15, and 15 was not a prize winner.
Not a prize winner, but a host question. All right, so I'll ask you guys, what is your fondest childhood memory of your favorite toy?
Oh, dude.
What's your favorite childhood memory of your favorite toy? You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking this question because a couple of weeks ago, I told a quick story on Verbally Challenged when I had just gone. And right before we went live on the show, I got a package from Frogman, and he sent me a Power Master Optimus Prime.
Get out.
Wow.
Which fucking like fucking had me basically like in tears right before like we started the show. You know what I'm saying? So just basically, you know, long story short, I got a fond memory. That's, you know, one of my most favorite memories as a kid, because it's one that I have of my dad. I wanted that toy super bad as a kid, but they wanted to get me like a bicycle, and they were dead set on getting me a bike. But all I wanted was that toy, so it nagged. It was a pain, but they didn't get it for me. They got me the bike, and I remember being so upset. But then, like a couple of days, like after my birthday, when I came home from school, there was a package that was wrapped on my bed, and it wasn't even completely wrapped. It was just, you know, wrapping paper with a piece of tape, like boom, with a note from my dad saying, you know, like that it was hard to say no to me, and to, you know, always do good and do well in school, so that when I grow up and have a kid, I'd never have to tell my son no when he asks for something. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a memory that I have like with that figure, and then of my dad, that I'll like never ever forget. You know what I'm saying? So he said he heard that story when I had just gone that episode, and he sent me that piece from his collection because of that story.
Wow.
So I
cool.
appreciate that so much,
Such a
dude.
good guy.
That was fucking
Love you,
awesome.
Frog Man.
Yeah, dude. Like that, I don't even have words, you know, for that. That's special. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to hear from you guys today. What's your fondest childhood memory of your favorite toy?
I got
you go, guy. You go, guy.
Yeah, I was just so we were my sister and I were like the kind of kids, like we always want to look at the toys. We knew better than to ask. Like we never asked to get anything. We just wanted to go look. My parents are pretty strict, you know, and we just knew. And it had gotten a good report card, and there was this little chain, you know, in Ohio. It was called Silverman's, and it was like a small you know, like a small department store. What's so funny? That's what it's called. It was like it was a little Midwest. But I remember it was actually a G1. It was the Dinobot Slag, and I had gotten, you know, a great report card I'm gonna be like, as I always did, but I did. And I just remember, you know, looking at this, you know, the Triceratops, you know, dinosaur in the toy aisle, and you know, just looking at it while my mom was doing regular shopping, and then she saw me with it, and she basically just kind of said, real calmly and just not a big deal. She's like, "It's okay, you can get that today." And I was just remember being just blown away that it was such a surprise. And she's like, "Yeah, you had a really good report card, and you work real hard in school all the time, so you know you can get that." And I just, you know, just remember it was a cool toy, and I enjoyed having it and stuff. But it was just, you know, that surprise always comes back to me, is that of not expecting to get something and getting it, and just the way she kind of did it, just so, you know, just real calmly, I guess, you know, without making a big deal about it. It was pretty cool. It always sticks out to me. So that's it.
Nice.
Mine is the NES Classic, the NES, the Super, the Nintendo Entertainment System. When they first came out, I know it was like the one thing me and my brother wanted so bad, and I remember that Christmas we opened it up and we got the, you know, the system itself, and then the freaking whatever 5-6 games that came with it, that beginning with like Mike Tyson Punch Out, Zelda, and a couple other games that we had with it, Mario. And I remember my dad, like he would funny thing is, like, it took like a half hour or 45 minutes for him to connect it to the TV. But now it's like takes 5 seconds to connect anything to a TV. But back in the day, it's like, you know, it seemed like took forever to connect it to a TV. And I remember that, like, we played it nonstop, but we were off school for like a couple of weeks, and we played it that week for nonstop. And my dad, that was like the first time I remember my dad like coming home after work early, like, you know, and coming into our room and playing Zelda with us, because we would just map out every, like, you know, the whole map, where we bombed to find things, like, you know, what sites that we bombed already, just because there were so many secret little, you know, caverns that you would find and layers and stuff. And we took us like almost maybe 2 to 3 months to beat that game, and then we beat it with my dad. So it was
That's cool.
And it was like, you know, the first time I ever, like, my dad was a workaholic. He'll come home until like 10 o'clock at night from work, and, like, you know, pulling overtime and stuff like that. And I think that first month that we played Zelda, he was coming home like 5 o'clock and just coming and playing with us and playing Zelda and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. That's the one memorable toy that I remember in my childhood.
Nice. That's cool because I remember like being excited like to get that as a kid. But I remember like being excited like when I was older, when I got the PlayStation like for the first time, the PS1. When it came out, I think like with the Resident Evil game and maybe like one other game. I think I was like maybe like 16 or 17. I could just remember being like so happy.
I would just say like that the only system I ever got excited for was the NES. Like I know the Super Nintendo came out and that was great and all, but like just the one memory I had was the NES. Like that was just like because we had a ColecoVision, we had like all the old games that you got back in the day, which was great and all, but like Nintendo was like the next level of
it was
like,
considered
awesomeness. So
next level, and
like,
so that's the first time you have like that experience too with that, like So no, I get you, dude. I get you. Yeah.
So my most memorable toy would be G1 Jetfire.
Woohoo!
I think I was 7 when I got him. It was my 7th birthday, and it stormed like super fucking bad that day. Like there was like tornado warnings and shit, and my mom still took me to Toys R Us so I could pick out a toy for my birthday. And I got G1 Jetfire, and then we got home, and I'm zooming him around the house, whooshing him, and all that good stuff. and I go to open the basement door because I'm like whooshing him down the stairs, and there's a huge, like, no lie, this thing had to have been like 8 feet long, this black snake just hanging on the wall.
What? Shit.
And my mom fucking flipped her fucking shit because there was a snake in the house.
That's crazy.
Damn.
But Jetfire was okay.
Yeah, he was all right. He was
all right.
I kept whooshing him past the door and you're a snake. Die. I shot your face off, snake. I shot you in the pee. And then my uncle came over and got it out of the house and chopped it into a billion pieces with a shovel.
Oof.
Wow.
You got to see that?
Yeah. It was pretty gnarly. When I was probably like 8 or 9, I killed my first snake. Another black snake. It was in that same house. We had a shed where we kept a mower and stuff like that, and it was under the shed.
Damn.
Well, yeah, but how'd you do it?
With a shovel.
Oh, okay.
My shit.
Oh, you mentioned mower. I was like, ooh.
Brian was just seeing splat.
I'm not sure my parents would have liked the splatter. It would have left.
Snake's like, no.
But I have to come up with a new question now because that was my exact question.
Yeah, you better come up with a new question.
All right, so I'll go next. Mine was my Constructs. Just building them all the time. But the one memory that I do have was so my parents didn't want pets growing up, right? So every couple times a year, I would go down and visit my grandparents in Slower Lower Delaware. I've learned is what it's called now.
That's true.
And my grandma had a dog. It was an Airedale. His name was Woody. And this dog would just let me do anything. Like he would let me lay on him, ride him like a horse, blah, blah, blah. But I just remember the early mornings. My grandma was an early riser because that's what old people do. And she made me my toast. And I would feed Woody my corners of my toast. He loved eating toast corners. That was his thing. And dude, we would she'd be watching TV or whatever because they had like a tenor rotor, so like no cartoons, you couldn't get anything down there. So and I would just build these long spaceships out of Constructs, right? So if you're familiar with Constructs, they're not like Legos, but they're like kind of like an erector set, but you don't need screws and ratchets and screwdrivers and stuff like that. And I would make them really, really long. So like as long as they were like on the ground, they looked really cool. But as soon as you picked them up, they were only like one level thick, so they would just fall right apart. But I just remember being able to play with my favorite toy and be able to hang out with a dog at the same time. I mean, the simple joys of just hanging out with a dog was pretty cool. And yeah, and I also had when I was a little kid, I was big into stuffed animals. I don't know if you guys were, but I had a bunch of like little ones, and I always liked them to be little. And I would sometimes in this spaceship build little cubby holes for the little stuffed animals to be in and all that other stuff.
Yeah, nice. That was like Brian. That was like the one toy my best friend, my neighbor, always had, and we used to build like forts out of constructs.
Yeah, you do anything with those.
Those blue bolts, man.
Yeah.
And eventually those turned into like weapons because we used to fire at each other. But
you could make some cool ninja stars out of those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sportimus said his most memorable is a G1 Jetfire also, and it's tied with Castle Grayskull.
Yes.
That's cool. That's cool. Yo, my cousin had all the fucking He-Man figures. Like, that was the thing. Like, I was into the Transformers, and I had, like, more of that, and he had, like, everything. All the play sets. He had freaking Castle Grayskull, Snake Mountain. Was there another one? Snake Mountain was dope, because that one had the microphone, right?
Yep.
Yeah, like, you know, and every freaking figure, like, even, like, Prince Adam, which was, like, a mail away or something, I think, back then.
Yeah, speaking of constructs, me and my best friend, we built a multi-purpose play set out of construct. So it was whoever was coming over to the house, it's like, all right, I had the play set. Bring the He-Man one day, bring the Thundercats another day, bring the Transformers another day. It was just, it could be used for anything. So it was always pretty cool.
Yeah, Brammer said he got Scorponok and Power Master Optimus in one Christmas.
Damn.
Best Christmas memory ever. Nice. Yeah, because I remember getting a Fort Max during Christmas too. I was just blown away. That big ass Transformer.
You guys are fancy.
You know, so that's dope. Mark 44 Prime says he used to take his Legos and build cars with a clear canopy and put the ants inside the canopy and drive them around.
Those ants are running dirty.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. That's awesome. All right, nice. All right, JD, you're up.
All right. So, question for the chat. We're gonna stick with the Masters of the Universe here. So, before Skeletor became Skeletor, he was another dude by another name.
What was that dude's name?
No,
I was once a man.
No,
I was once a man.
No,
Wrong cartoon.
So, what is his species?
Whoa!
Oh,
People throwing names out there now.
Dude,
I know.
Switched them up.
Look at it.
He switched it up on him. They put two people put Keldor. Was that his name?
Yep. Yeah,
that was
his name. Dark Elf.
Nope.
Ross says I won't answer. Give somebody else.
He was a Smurf. Don't you know he was an overgrown Smurf?
He was not human.
Nope. Although wasn't he Randor? He was Randor's brother, right, JD?
Yeah, he was Eternian, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. He wasn't human though.
Right.
It's a blue-skinned race.
Oh, you already said Smurf.
Oh, Sportimus got it. Gar.
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 He's a Gar.
He's a Gar.
Those people smell.
Damn, those blue smelly.
Those damn Gars.
Gars.
Always leave their lawn furniture in the front yard. Those Gars.
Gar. Okay.
Cool.
So there you go. Sportimus. You pick a number. Pick a number, brother.
Lucky number.
Choose wisely. But Gars are cool. I wouldn't.
You're cool. You got it.
He was quick on the Google with that one.
27.
That could be a lucky number. Let's see. Reveal.
Oh, Close, but no cigar.
I like how
Sorry,
you see how they line up though.
Yeah,
Like how it's like
yeah.
boom, boom, boom. Clever.
So
clever, clever.
here's where they all were this week.
Boom.
Oh, straight across,
12,
boys and girls.
22. Yeah.
That
So,
tricky Brian.
We got to come up with some other ones, some other little funny ones to throw in there too.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Started.
Hey, can we add one that where the person in the chat sends a surprise? Maybe.
yeah.
Switch
do
it
it.
up on it.
That's
Switch
pretty
it up
good.
on
I
it.
like that idea. Send
down.
one host the prize.
Yep.
All right. So my question to you guys is: so, you know, being a little kid in the '80s or whatever, and so I don't know how to word it, but like, kind of your most memorable like movie scene, seeing boobs for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
I know mine.
I gotta think which.
So, I asked the question. I'll go first. Mine, the one that sticks out to me most is 1986. Saw Critters for the first time. At the beginning, when he takes the face, it takes the face and the body of the model in the Playboy.
I want to say like Purple Rain. Did that have like a nudity scene?
Oh, it did. Yeah, at the
Yeah.
dock, right?
Right,
At the-
like some
at
shit
the-
coming out of
at the
water.
lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, I think that's probably my first memory that I
Wow,
can
not
remember.
even boobies, wet boobies,
Dude. Gordon the chat says Sarah Connor. I remember that too.
Oh
What,
yeah,
from Terminator.
Terminator. Yep, she did show boobies in that.
Really?
She did.
It's so brief.
Yep, with Kyle Reese. See, but I think that was, you know, I don't actually. I saw Terminator 2 before I saw Terminator 1, so like that was not my first. I think for real, like Purple Rain is probably like the first, or that, or like one of these like horror films, like Freddy or whatever. And one of these two, you know, people is fucking and he comes and kills him. But Purple Rain seems to stand out, so I know that's mine.
Dude, I can't remember the Cinemax adult movie that I saw the first time.
Was it Scrambled? Thumb.
No. It was, Skinemax, man.
So it doesn't have to be
Jade.
your first time seeing it. I'm just
Right.
saying, most memorable,
JD.
Memorable, yeah.
What a question.
Mhm.
right?
So I've got to recognize 1983's Risky Business, Rebecca De Mornay,
Oh,
which enlightened me to boobs and the Porsche 928 all in one movie. Just sticks out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
fair
remember it.
enough.
that's good.
Mine is Total Recall. The
Oh.
girl shows all three boobs. That's memorable to me. It's memorable.
Man, I got 6 kids to feed.
Yeah.
Another memorable one for me as a kid was because it was Tia Carrere in Showdown in Little Tokyo. Like she stripped down in that one when she banged Dolph Lundgren, and she was banging. Tia Carrere was hot.
All right, now it's time for Gary to do a Google search because I never knew that existed.
Oh, dude, watch that movie immediately. That's Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee. Watch that fucking movie.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yep,
it's a
that
good
shit
movie.
All right, not to be confused with Big Trouble in Little China, right? That's Jack Burton.
Yeah, nope. Showdown in Little Tokyo. Watch that.
Check is in the mail.
Mine was Blame It on Rio. Demi Moore was in it, but I don't think she showed anything. It was whoever this other actress
It
was.
was the other actress.
And Michael Caine was in it.
Huh?
And I remember Michael Caine was an old man. He was, and basically this young girl was coming on to him, and Michael Caine was like best friends with the girls.
Oh my
dad
dear
and stuff.
Lord!
Yeah, and I just remember I was in the living room. I was, doing some floor time at my toys. My dad's watching this movie, and I'm watching this movie. And I see something, and I look over at him, and he's just watching the movie. And then, later on in the movie, there's more boobs again, and I was like, oh. And then I distinctly remember, it was maybe weeks later or whatever, like the neighbors came over, and I think the movie was on TV again or something. I can't remember.
Dude, that movie showed like everything.
Yeah, I guess it did.
It was like NC-17. It would have been all but rated X.
But I remember, then the next door neighbor was over once, and like that, I forget what happened, but it was almost like the movie came up, and I was like, "Oh, I've seen that," and he was like, "You've seen that?" And I was like, "Oh, should I not have seen that?" But I did. God, yeah, man, how old is that movie? I don't even know.
Oh, DPC says 16 candles, boobies. Nice.
Yeah, right at the very beginning. Yeah.
That's another classic. Nice. That's a good one. Oh, man.
Revenge of the Nerds was another one that
There
really
you go. Yeah.
introduced me to a few things for the first time.
Panties.
THX 1138, bald ladies and boobies. That was kind of weird, but
that was a good one. Nice memories. Nice to reminisce on those type of memories. Was that everybody?
Yep.
All right, sweet. All right, I think that'll wrap us up for tonight. That was awesome. Good stuff. Well, I like this game, man. We get to reminisce and get to know each other a little bit better all in the same time while having some fun.
Blame it on 1984.
Yeah.
Who was it? Michelle Johnson. Who's Michelle Johnson?
Look her up. Google.
Yeah, I wonder if she's been anything recently.
Well, from that, from back in the day, yeah, I think she.
That's how I should have said it. Thanks, Josh.
Right?
Memories.
What are your fondest memories of the first time you see the memories?
Memories. That's great. All right. Well, with that, we could start wrapping it up. Of course, the ROC Hangout will continue once we go off the air. We'll be posting the link for that in the ROC Facebook group. Let's run it down the line before we head out and get to where you at. So, Brian Brink, I'll start with you, brother.
You can find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups at Brinkalizer on Instagram.
All right, Big Dom.
You can find me, Dominic Rosso, in the Facebook groups, and Lord Chumley 50 on Xbox Live, and I will hopefully get my PS4. So hope to get my PS4.
Let me know as soon as you do. We can start gaming.
But I'm currently playing what is it, Call of Duty. So whenever we jump on doing our ROC game night, let me know. I'll definitely jump on.
All right, cool.
And then you can find me here Tuesday nights with you guys.
All right. G Money.
Gary Allen in the Facebook groups. I don't really do anything on Instagram, and I'll be posting as much stuff as I can in the ROC Wellness group as well. So make sure you let me know if you're interested in signing up.
All right, cool. Oh my God, Sportimus in the chat. He put Call of Duty, but he spelled duty Doody.
That's about right.
Call to Duty.
Call of Duty, fucking duty.
Can't stand those games.
That's so funny.
Why can't you stand those games?
No, you don't need any skill to play them.
Oh, you do.
No, you don't.
All right, JD, let him know.
You can find me, JD Brocious, in the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live. Not playing Call to Duty.
Call to Duty. Call the Duty.
Every Tuesday night with these fine fellows right here, and every other Wednesday on Figga Bangin'. Not this week. Next week.
Yeah. Next week. I think I got a pretty good idea what the figure might be.
MP44.
Yeah, right.
Got the inside track. All right, guys. That's for myself. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Xbox Live, and the PlayStation Network. Everywhere on social media at Harrick and BX. Here with these guys every single Tuesday night, and check out Verbally Challenged with Harrick and BX on all audio platforms. Remember to check out the website, realmofcollectors.com. There's merch up on there. You could check out some photos from the ROC photo spotlight on the ETR on Mondays. And there's a blog section up there as well. So check it all out, realmofcollectors.com. This episode of Breaking the Mold, sponsored by Crashbox Customs, the official Mezco supplier of the Realm of Collectors. Visit Crashbox Customs on social media for all your Mezco 112 needs. Be sure to mention the word realm when ordering for a surprise gift with your purchase. All right, guys, don't forget, we're on Facebook as a group, Realm of Collectors, on Instagram at Realm of Collectors. And this show is a proud part of the Cool Table. So please pull up a chair. It's a network hub for like-minded podcasts, including Enter the Realm, Plastic Fanatics, Shattercast Uncut, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Beer and Bolters 40K, Stasis Lock. That's tomorrow. 8 weeks building up to it, and Fresh Communication. You can find the Cool Table on Facebook and subscribe to those other awesome podcasts on iTunes and Google Play. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. That does it for us. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out. Be safe. And join us in the ROC Hangout next. All right. Good night, guys.
Real quick. Just want to say thanks to Mr. Nathan Haskell for the shirts. Everybody go get your rock gear that's left and then hit up Nate for some T-shirts.
Cobra la 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 la.
Yes, that's right. Thank you for the reminder. I got to get both. Hopefully, he still got that Hulk Hogan T-shirt.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I greatly appreciate it.
All right. Awesome.
Cool. Now we're out.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Bye.